Hello, Explorer. Thanks for joining us again and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining us for the first time here at Explorer, we go beyond borders to bring you inspiring content and also some very educating information. Hopefully, you found some time to check our previous videos. If you haven't done so, we would encourage you to do so. Today, we shall be discovering the most feared and admired cultural dance group. In this episode, we will be able to explain to you why this particular dance group is so unique, and where it came from, and why it transcends generation upon generation, and the reason why it is so popular that even the sons and daughters of this particular region, when they travel wherever they are around the world, are able to relate to the amazing nature as to this particular dance culture. So without any more delay, we shall just go straight into it. This particular dance group we are talking about, the Njorku dance. In reviewing this, it came from a particular Central African country called Cameroon. For those of you who don't know Cameroon, Cameroon is on the Gulf of Guinea. It is a Central African country with varied terrain of wildlife. Its inland capital is called Yaoundé, and it's the biggest city and seaport called Douala. It transcends points and ecotourism. It does have different sides like the Kribi, which have different beaches, and also the amazing city of Limbe that has wildlife and is also renowned and known around the world. Moving forward, we shall focus on this particular dance group and explain to you why it's so extraordinary and the reason why it captured our interest. In one of our visits in reviewing this area, we saw that this particular culture, it is not only revolving, but it's been moved from one generation to generation. So without any delay, we shall just go straight into it. We took a closer look at one of the most memorable and acceptable and respectable cultural dance, which is coming from the Orocko and the Bakweri culture in the English part of Cameroon, known as the Njorku dance. There are, for reference, two things involved in this particular performance. You do have those who are, just to be very clear on how it is performed, that there are those who actually assist the main masquerade itself called the Njorku, and also those supporting calling them the Njorku dancers. And moving forward, the Njorku dance and its dances mimic the structure of an elephant and its behavior in the wild. At its climax, even the dancers also display some entertaining and dance to an extent that they even go as far as exercising extreme performance as they enter the spirit realm, and also in doing so. From the above discussions, you could understand that there is no doubt that the Orocko dance and the Bakweri dance tradition have gone to a certain extent that they are top in that particular region of the country. Also, in that country, Cameroon, these two amazing dances have been used by those two cultures to exercise their cultural awareness and also to welcome different groups and leading high-ranking officials that visit that part of their own country. To explain this further, they used this in a period where the US ambassador visited that part of the country, and also you could normally see the Njorku dance being displayed during cultural festivals like the Nkuda, which is used by the Orocko people, and also the Bakwerians also do have their own culture. The Njorku dance has been around since and even before the 20th century, passing over from generation to generation. As the traditional and custom defines, the most admirable things about this particular dance is that its masquerade and fellow dancers follow the same choreography and performance patterns that outfits and outlives generation. Its costumes is so distinct that it could be spotted from a distance far beyond anyone could imagine. It should be noted that we also observe, based on our observation, that there is another tribe that's called the Bakweri that shares similar Njorku dance. This particular cultural intersect is even so difficult to even, based on the characteristics of both Njorkus, it's difficult for you to distinct the difference if you want to take a look, a closer look, so to say. It is so interesting that when they are performing, you should be able to come from one of those regions to identify that this particular Njorku is coming from this the Bakwerian, or this Njorku is coming from the Orocko clan. In digging deep to understand this particular culture, this dance also has a sacred nature. It is believed to be happening in real time in the jungle, as the main masquerade itself, the Njorku elephant, is displaying in the physical, so does it in the jungle. If you are new to Explorer, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Furthermore, the Njorku Juju, which you can say to put it in that form, comes out only in special events. For example, if there is a death of the village chief or a senior member of the community passed on. If some parts of the region, it is believed that Njorku is used to chase away evil spirit of dead or former dancers who was in a group that passed on, and in that part they use this particular dance performance to chase away their spirit. Moving forward also, there are two striking white elephants tusks that you may also identify based on their different performance. The two striking white elements mimic the tusk of an elephant. The tusk can be used to dig the ground and also position itself for the enemy. Actually, the tusks are made from special forest sticks, but the incantations that have been placed onto them, and that makes them extraordinarily mystical. The yellowish materials that are made from either coconuts leaves or palm trees branches. In each cases, the yellowish part is selected and also specially decorated. The brown part below or between the horns or the tusk and the yellow part is a special woven material which allows air to pass through for the effective breathing of the main Njorku dancer. Talking about its special nature that Njorku represents in those culture, not just anybody wears the masquerade itself. It is reserved for only for a particular selected few that have been obtained and certified by the village chiefs and kingmakers, such that the person can communicate with the spirits during performance and also can see thousands of kilometers away and can report incidents as they occur. In looking at this, at high tempo and at height of the performance in this particular cultural dance, it has been rumored to that the Njorku actually disappeared in the midst of its performance and also reappear when it's deemed necessary for the amazement of the onlookers. The Njorku also is also used to clear and scan the village during a special dance called Malle. Malle is also an amazing cultural dance that is also coming from this particular region, from the Bakweri people and the Orocko people. A tusk are considered, of this Njorku we are talking about, are considered very dangerous and could pierce even the most solid wooden walls of village houses and even the roof. To analyze it further to understand the amazing nature of this particular cultural dance group, the cultural significance has been a topic of contention within the people where the Njorku originated. Some argue that it is the most feared masquerade coupled with its charismatic and also entertaining behavior. Many people also say that they will not attend any cultural festival without Njorku dance. However, others still feel that it is also important to keep the culture moving forward. To understand a little bit more with regard to the Njorku, Njorku remains a symbol and an integral part of the Orocko and Bakweri people. Now, in centuries to come, the significance will live on and on again, and its magical performance will be passed on from one generation as the culture defines. The Njorku is a lovely but also regionally from this particular region, is loved by most tourists who visit this part of the world, and they understand the unique nature of this particular cultural dance. The Njorku has been known to exist for hundreds of years, and it is an interesting part of these two amazing cultural grounds groups. They have also understood that the fact that this particular generation transcends and move this particular amazing dance performance is so mimic in a way that those who really look at it understand. In different crowds, people could understand the different signals and signs as to the performance. Looking at those who are guiding it, the Njorku dancers we're talking about, they are also can communicate at real time with different parts of the world. They are also believed to be performing, as we've mentioned earlier, and showcasing their own superiority within themselves, and also exploring that to the amazement of the crowd as they carry out their different performances. This was an interesting experience for us to see how an amazing cultural dance would not just entertain its own people, but will go beyond entertaining those who visit this particular region. The Njorku dance will be what it is and will continue to live for long and forever. We want to thank those who were able to provide us the opportunity to view this amazing culture, and hopefully we shall be visiting again to see how interesting and how this particular culture will stand the test of time. For now, thanks very much. If you have ever seen the Njorku dance and if you ever reviewed its performance, we would like to hear from you. For those of you who don't know, we would encourage you to review this video and also understand that there are different cultures around the world, but there are those that stands out exceptionally and also entertain not just the people from that region, but also the visitors and tourists who explore those areas. For now, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully we've been able to inspire you, and we are looking forward to meeting you again. If you're joining the Explorer for the first time, we encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. For now, have a good day. Bye bye. We'll see you in our next episode.